Hello friends, how are you? I really hope that you're doing wonderfully. Welcome to another episode of Coffee Talk with Finoula. Although I have to say this is not a coffee. Today my stomach is feeling a bit weird and I already had 2 coffees today, so yeah, I made a chamomile infusion, so let's see if this helps a little bit, but feel free to take the drink of your choice and join me in this video. I think it's a really interesting video. I mean, by the title you already know what it is about. So I turned 30 the 14th of April and I am really happy about this. Turning 30 is a milestone and it's something to celebrate, so I wanted to share with you the lessons that I think are really important and that could help you. Grab a pen and a notebook if you want, so that you write down some things that you find interesting. If you hear any background noise, that is a doggy that I'm taking care of. Whenever he sees me talking, he thinks it's with him. Okay, the first lesson is to take action. And with this I want to say there's a lot of people out there waiting to take action because they're waiting for the perfect time and the perfect moment to do something. There's no such thing. I mean, yes, sometimes you can feel like, oh, I feel like now is the perfect time to do this. Yeah, but if you're waiting for the perfect time to just appear in order to avoid doing something, that's not okay. So just take action and do it. The next lesson is patience. Patience is key. Whenever you start working on something, whenever you do something, you need to be patient. It won't happen the way you want to overnight. It needs time, it needs effort, and it takes work, so you need to be patient. The next lesson, which has something to do with this too that I already mentioned, is to get out of your comfort zone. Sometimes when we want a goal or we want to work on things, it's necessary for us to get out of the normal things that make us comfortable or where we feel confident and we trust. Sometimes in order to achieve our goals, we need to get out of that and face our fears and do it. The next lesson is nothing is as bad as it seems. And you know, I wasn't always like, I learned this a few years ago. Whenever something bad happened in my life, I would think it was like 20 times worse of what is actually happening. Yeah, I would fear a lot about the bad things. So nothing is as bad as it seems. The next lesson is you are the one that knows what is best for you. So yeah, I think it's completely fine to get advices from your loved ones, from your friends, but do not allow them to decide, or other people's influence to decide what to do. You're the one that knows what you want and what is best for you. The next lesson is to practice gratitude. I think practicing gratitude is very powerful. Practice gratitude of not only the people that you love and that are always there to support you, but also be grateful for the good things that happen in your life. Even if it's just the smallest thing, just be grateful. This is a superpower practice and gets you to a really good mindset. The next lesson is about confidence. And building confidence is a very important thing, but in order to build confidence, it's necessary to do things. You will not build confidence if you do not take action and if you do not get out of your comfort zone and you do not work on the things that you want to do. The more you do the things that you want to do and you put the effort and learn on the process, the more confidence you will have. The next lesson is to listen to your heart. Do what feels right to you. Listen to your intuition, listen to your gut. This is really important when it comes to trying to avoid overthinking too much about things. And this leads me to the next lesson, which is staying true to who you are, staying true to your values. Sometimes we can get influenced by other people's beliefs, other people's actions, and this happened to me, and it's okay. I learned in the process, but I just want to share with you, it's really important to, you know, honor your morals and your principles and to always do what feels right in your heart and what it is important to you. Lesson number 10 is good and positive communication. This is so important. Not everyone communicates in the same way, and not everyone has the same opinion about everything, and not everyone is going to understand what you're talking about. So having a good and positive communication, it's so important. Next lesson, and this one was a very hard one for me. Not every single person is meant to stay in your life forever. Some people are just meant to be there for a little while, and others, yes, forever. And this is something that is really important. It's really important not to try and force someone to stay in your life when it's just not meant to be that way. Let go. It's okay. It's temporary. Accept it. It's also beautiful. So this is a very important lesson for me, and I really wanted to share it with you. Okay, next lesson. Also something really important for me. Everything passes. You will overcome it. It doesn't matter how hard or how terrible a situation in your life you think it is, you will get over it. When bad things happen in our life, we all tend to feel like it's the end of the world and like we cannot keep on going, but we can. At the end we can. We're stronger than we think. So this is also a lesson really like personal to me. I have overcome things that I would never have imagined to overcome, and I just wanted to say it out loud, like it is possible, it will pass. Next lesson is to let go of perfectionism, and this is something that I still today am working on. Perfectionism does not exist, and it's, you know, I'm very perfectionist when it comes to my work. And sometimes that is not, well, sometimes, majority of the times, that is not a good thing because I tend to overwhelm myself and overwork. So yeah, let go of perfectionism. Lesson number 14, life balance. Life balance is so important, and this is something that I'm actually really, like, I already learned this, but I am actually really learning about this now, like with experiences that I have now. And with this I want to say that it's not either black or white. So there's a lot of things in the middle. Just find your balance. It's very important to have life balance. And this leads me to the next lesson, which has to do with experiences and decisions. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Again, black or white. There's a lot of gray area in there. There's a lot of things in the middle, a lot of, you know, pathways, journeys, a lot of decisions that you can make. You know, it doesn't have to be this mindset of, oh, it's either this way or it's not going to happen. We must do it like this. No. There's a lot to consider and a lot of things that you can try. And this leads me to the next lesson. I feel like everything is really connected. The next lesson is to have an open mind. You will not agree with everyone. Not everyone will agree with you. You will not like everyone. Not everyone will like you. And that is totally okay. Keep an open mind. Here it's really important to think critically and objectively. It doesn't mean that they are wrong, and it doesn't mean that you are wrong. It's just different opinions, it's just different people, and that is completely okay. Accept it, respect it, and don't let the anger about a certain opinion overjudge, you know, like even judge that person. No. Every person is different, every person has their own values, their own principles, their own opinions and beliefs. So just have an open mind. You don't need to agree with that person, but just, it's okay. We all have our opinions. And also having this type of critical thinking and open mind and, you know, being objective also helps you to make good choices in life. Now, next lesson, when you're working on something and it won't happen the way you want to, and you keep on trying, and you keep on trying, and you keep on trying, and it just won't work. Don't force it. This is really important. Try other paths, see how you can reevaluate, see what is happening over there, but don't just try to force something into happening. Next lesson, and I think is one of my favorites, embrace failures. We have all, I feel, maybe not, I may correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like all of us have been taught to be scared and ashamed of failures, and like failures are a bad thing. I completely disagree. Whenever I fail, yes, of course, I feel bad. I think that is a natural emotion, but I feel like the failure, it's gaining knowledge. you fail in something, that means that you made a mistake, which leads you to growth, self-improvement, learning from the mistake, and doing better in the future. So embrace your failures. Next lesson, self-love and self-compassion is so important. If you have been following me for a while, you know I say the sentence lots of times. You are the one getting up every day and working super hard and fighting for the things that you want to achieve to get the life of your dreams. If you do not take care of yourself and you love yourself, how are you going to do that? And also practice self-compassion. When something bad happens, don't push yourself too hard. And I know this is way easier said than done. I myself still struggle today with this, but it's so important to practice self-compassion and to love yourself and not push yourself too hard. This is really important. Having self-love and self-compassion would help you to manage your stress levels and anxiety, and also increase your confidence. Now, the next thing that I think is really important, I learned this one a lot of years ago, by the time I was recovering of my depression, but I have lately seen it on a friend, and this is your self-worth. Everything that happens outside of you, good or bad, that is not tied to your self-worth. That has nothing to do with it. No, you are so worth it. You're worth it. The fact that something fails, you fail an exam, you fail a project, there's an end of a relationship, that doesn't mean that you're not worth it. And I keep seeing this today, and it's not connected. You are always worth it, no matter what happens outside. Next lesson, really important. The majority of our behaviors, the majority of the decisions that we make, the majority of our emotions comes from our childhood trauma. And with this, I'm not saying that everyone has childhood traumas. I'm not saying that all of the childhood traumas are horrible and like the worst thing ever. No, some childhood traumas are very small and others quite serious, but everyone has childhood traumas. And I think it's really important to heal from this. And I have taken the time to heal from this with my therapist. So I consider myself a very happy and healthy person, but whenever I struggle with something, I like calling my therapist, just because I know that he will probably know where this is coming from. Sometimes I have a lot of stress and I say, okay, I have a lot of stress because I am working so much on my PhD and I just have a lot of things to do. But sometimes I ask myself, where is this stress coming from? Because maybe it's not from this. The majority of the reasons that we think something is happening, it's not that. It's something else that we're not aware of. So I really like talking to my therapist whenever I have a struggle with something, just because I know that he will be able to get me to the original cause of that thing that I'm feeling. Next lesson, super important. It is okay to ask for help. You will not be able to do absolutely everything, and you will not know how to do absolutely everything. So ask for help. It's completely okay. Asking for help, you will learn and you will know how to do it. Okay, next lesson. Health and wellness. Careful. Very careful. And I'm saying this as a person that is in love with being healthy and is in love with wellness. But I guess what I want to say here is that you really need to be careful who you listen to, who you are taking advice from. And the best advice I could ever give you is to do your own research. Even with my own advices that I give you, do your own research. Just make sure that it's okay, make sure it feels right to you, and that you're choosing your right path. Because listening to the wrong people and to the wrong advices can lead to, for example, a lot of mental health issues and eating disorders. So careful with this world and who we take advices from. Please, I honor that you want to be healthy. I applaud that. It's magnificent. That is one of my goals, to be super healthy. But let's just be careful. Okay, lesson 24. Stop comparing yourselves to other people. I think I'm doing a pretty good job today now with this, but still, I have my days where I compare. But seriously, this is not going to bring you anything. It doesn't serve you well. every single person is different. Every single person has their own baggage, their own life situations. No, it's not worth it to compare yourself and see how well other person is doing when you don't know the whole thing. So just focus on you and what you can do. Next lesson. Sometimes when you're being unproductive, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're being lazy. So yeah, we all have our lazy days, but it's really important to differentiate whether we're being lazy or we're just being unproductive, because it's different. Sometimes where we're being lazy, in reality, we're being unproductive, and there's a cause for this. We are scared of confronting a task of work. We are scared of a deadline. We do not want to face a certain situation or work or whatever because we do not know how. Maybe we have a lot of things to do and we don't know where to start and we're feeling overwhelmed, so we don't do anything. Just be careful with when this happens, because sometimes you feel like you're being lazy and in reality you're just escaping what you have to do because you do not know how to do it, and this is preventing you from doing the work and moving forward. Next lesson. Say sorry. So this was like a half lesson for me. I'm always a person that have been able to say sorry, but what I mean here, it's mainly when I don't think I need to say that I'm sorry because I don't think that I did anything wrong. You may hurt people even when you think you have done nothing wrong to hurt them. Again, every single person is different, and what you feel is not what the other person is going to feel. So for example, I hurt a friend. I care about this friend. I love her, and I want to take care of her. Like, I care about her, and I don't want her to feel bad, and I don't want to hurt her. So I really put the effort into understanding, into listening what caused her the pain, and I said sorry, and I really meant it. I am so sorry. Say sorry, but don't say it just for saying it. Really mean it, even if you think you did nothing wrong. Lesson number 27. When you feel that there is too much going on, that is because there is too much going on. So when this happens, stop. Take a minute here, reevaluate everything, and see if you can take something out. If of the amount of things that you have to do, there is something that is not important to you, take it out, leave it. However, if you have a lot of things going on and they're important and you cannot take anything out, then make a decision towards that thing. Either ask for help or put it aside to work on these things, and then you will come back to this, reevaluate, make decisions, but stop and don't try to do everything at the same time. And this leads me to the next lesson, which is lesson 28. And I need to apply this to myself several times. Remember to breathe. Sometimes we are so full of things and such in a hurry with deadlines, projects to do, birthdays, events, whatever, everything in life, everything in your life. Sometimes we're just like full of things and such in a rush that even we rush for the smallest thing, like having a shower or brushing your teeth. If this happens to you, you know what I'm talking about. And this is just, it's not okay. So whenever this happens, and I know it's really hard to like suddenly being aware that it's happening. When this happens, stop and breathe. Remember that you need to take care of yourself and that you just need to go slowly, be present in the moment. It's such a beautiful thing. Maybe practice mindfulness will help you with this, and keep on going, little by little, step by step. But breathe. Lesson 29. Trust the process of life. What I want to say is that everything will work out. Try not to worry too much about the future and try not to overthink things too much. Just trust the process. And finally, the last lesson, lesson 30, and I think it's really important. You do not need to have everything figured out by the time you're 30. This is something that I find really important. I feel like we have this pressure of having everything by the time we're 30. And I feel like normally it's like a house, your partner, and your babies, or ready to bring babies, like if this is what makes you happy, oh my god, do it. It's amazing. But this does not have to be the same for all of us, and I am including myself in here. I am 30 and I am nowhere near to the life of my dreams. I am really happy with my life and I wouldn't change a thing right now. Of course I want to move forward, but I still have so much to do. Like, I'm in my PhD, I want to finish my PhD, and I have several things that I want to do after my PhD. So yeah, I still have a lot to do, so you do not need to have everything figured out. This is nonsense by the time that you're 30. Celebrate your 30s when you get there. It's a milestone. It's so wonderful. You made it 30 years of life. That is so cool. But there's still a lot of years to come and to do things, amazing things and wonderful things. These are the lessons that I wanted to share with you. I really hope that you found them valuable and that they inspire you and motivate you and that you learn some of them. I would like to know your opinion, so let me know. Ooh, someone has woken up. Just let me know what you think, your experiences, if you knew them, if you have learned some, if you have any others. I would love to see if you have any others. Anyway, I will say goodbye to you now. Have a wonderful week and I'll see you in the next video.